I'm Adam Brantley, and I hope you get a kick out of our broadcast.
Hi, I'm Brian Heisenbuttle. I am a sophomore. I play hockey. You can check out my column in the Arapahoe Herald newspaper, and you can also check me out behind the camera of the Broadcasting Club.
Hi there, my name is Scott Ayers, and I like to make people laugh.
I'm behind the glove and the camera, Hannah Ulick Jr.
My name's Rick Caesar. I'm a huge sports statistics guru, and I'd love to someday work alongside Adam Schefter at ESPN.
I'm Austin Lieneman. You can catch me on the links.
I'm Joe Graves. I enjoy long walks on the beach under the moonlight.
I'm Mike Carlson. I love a nice pair of shades, and this broadcast is sure to be a home run.
Goldie's up. Let's go.
Leading off the top of the third
Leading
inning
off
for the Warriors, the center fielder,
For
number
the Warriors
6,
is
Jerry
Goldie.
Goldie.
He struck out his first time up. Oh, he grounded out his first time up. As that pitch is away for ball 1.
Arapahoe back to the top of the lineup. Wants to get guys on base this time for Ted to hit.
And if Arapahoe can get the 2 leadoff hitters on, Ted Ramirez can be a very dangerous threat.
Yeah, he's dangerous anyway, but with runners on, it's even more scary.
Here's the windup and the pitch. As Goldie was swinging for the fences on that one and couldn't make contact, and that is strike 1 right there. Here's the pitch, and that's low and away for ball 3. Goldie now in a hitter's count, 3-1.
Not looking to do too much, just looking to walk or slap a hit.
As that is another ground out for Goldie.
That's the second time we've seen that half swing ground ball to first base, and maybe we can get some full swings around, maybe get some hits out there.
Now batting the second baseman, number 8, Andre Williams.
Andre Williams, who struck out his first time up.
Yeah, looking to do something a little different this time. Maybe get on base for Ted to have something to work with.
And Arapahoe's issues the first time up there. 2, 3, and 4 hitters all struck out looking as that pitch is inside for ball 1.
Yeah, and strikeouts, they don't help anything. So Andre's probably looking to get on base for Ted.
Here's the pitch. As Williams check swings at that, but that is in there for strike 1. Williams looks at that for strike 2, and now it's become a pitcher's count at 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's behind, and last time he got to 3-0, and then he got struck out on 3 straight pitches that he looked at.
Williams swings at that, but grounds out to first. 2 straight groundouts to the first baseman.
And now Ted comes up with nobody on again, and that's just more for the pitcher to work with because he's not worried about any runs coming in unless Ted blasts one.
Which would be fun to see. Ramirez 0 for 1 with a strikeout, his first at-bat. It'd be nice to see him do a little more on this at-bat as that is in there for strike 1. And Olgan's curveball has been working all game so far for the Grandview Wolves. Here's the pitch as Ramirez grounds to first, and that'll be the end of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning, and Arapahoe's Deli's hitters go down.
Yeah, again, a 1-2-3 inning. No strikeouts this time, but 3 weak ground balls to first base, not what Arapahoe was looking for.
Yeah, especially when it's the top of the lineup for Arapahoe. You want to see maybe a walk or hit from one of those
Yeah,
guys.
at least one guy needs to get on base in that situation. That's what you're at the top of the lineup for, to get on base.
And it's tough for pitchers like Nevers because he has to work from behind, and sometimes that can affect their mental state because they think they had to do too much pitching-wise.
Now, Corey hasn't pitched his best today, but he has pitched well, and it's always easier to pitch with a lead.
Oh, yeah, and vice versa for batters, too. I mean, when they're behind,
they feel more confident if their team's winning, so it's much easier for them, too. So Grandview's coming up to bat, expecting to get a hit and just kind of going with the flow of the game instead of, as for like Arapahoe hitters, they're coming up, they don't really know what to do, or they're trying to do too much because they're behind.
Right fielder Brendan Hayes.
Now up for Grandview is Brendan Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 1 with a flyout at his last at-bat as that pitch is in there for strike 1. that pitch is away for ball 1. Now the count is even at 1-1. That pitch is in there for strike 2. Pretty curveball.
Yeah, good curveball by Corey Nevers, and that's his way of getting ahead. And you can't really do much with that pitch.
Here's a 1-2 count as that pitch is up and away for ball 2, and Nevers has his curveball has been working most of this game for him, and really Grandview has been having issues hitting that curveball, and really they've been only able to hit that fastball as that's fouled and away.
Yeah, and if Corey can just always get that curveball over for a strike or always try to fool a hitter, then it's worked out so far, and if he can keep doing that, I think Arapahoe will be okay.
Here's a pitch, and that's slung away for ball 3, and now the count is a 3-2 count, and now this is anyone's count. It'll be interesting to see if he attacks that strike zone or tries to get Hayes swinging.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch, and that's slung away for ball 4, and second consecutive inning where Grandview has had a leadoff runner.
Yeah, and that's why they score as many runs as they do, because they get guys on base, and then they have more to work with every inning.
Mingus is now up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 at his first at-bat. Here's a pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. Check by Nevers at first. Hayes gets back safely, though. Nevers checks the runner at first. Just wind up in the pitch as that's fouled off by Mingus to make the count 0-2. And this is definitely a pitcher's count right now.
Yeah, Corey can do anything he wants right here.
See if he can get Mingus swinging away and out of the strike zone. Something out of the strike zone, I should say. So Christians has a brief meeting at the mound with Nevers.
When Luke gave him that sign, Corey popped a little smile. He didn't know what he was doing.
Here's the pitch. As Mingus was swinging for the fences on that one, as Nevers fooled him on that pitch.
Yeah, Mingus wasn't even close on that pitch. A really good pitch by Corey, and that's a good out for Arapahoe.
Yeah, now 1 out as Adams comes up to the plate. He was 0 for 1 in his last at bat, and Arapahoe's been able to be effective in getting these lower lineup players out, as that's away for ball 1 for Nevers.
Yeah, Corey's looking for the double play to get out of this inning.
Yeah.
Doesn't want any more damage done. He wants to let his offense help him out.
And it's only a 3-1 lead right now for Grandview. However, Grandview's getting a lot of players on base, and sooner or later Grandview could strike, and it could eventually lead to a detrimental inning for Arapahoe.
Yeah, they don't want to let Grandview have any more room to breathe. They want to make it as close until they can crawl back into the lead or tie it.
As Nevers checks the runner and almost throws out Hayes. Very close right there.
Yeah, a good pickoff move by Corey.
Nevers with the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the pitch by Nevers. That's away for ball 2. He's throwing low and away and trying to see if Adams would swing at that pitch.
Yeah, he got him to swing at one earlier for the second strike, and he's just trying to see if he can get him to keep swinging.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's in there for strike 3. A great pitch by Nevers to get another strikeout for Arapahoe.
Yeah, I think the third hitter he's caught looking on that curveball, and if that's going to work, he should just keep throwing it until it doesn't work.
Yes, curveball's been working very well for Arapahoe. And funny stat, Grandview only has 3 hits, and they are up 3-1.
Yeah, it was the pass balls in that first inning that really hurt Arapahoe, or else this would be a whole different game. Most likely a 1-1 game.
Yeah, definitely, because it was 1-1 with that single to left field that Chisholm almost caught. And then it was just 3 straight pass balls that really hurt Arapahoe, as Arapahoe almost picks off Hayes again.
Yeah, Christian tried to catch him sleeping over at first base and almost got him. Bendel dropped the throw, but he would have been in there anyway.
So now it's an 0-2 count, and Arapahoe looking to get out of this inning without letting any runs in. Here's the pitch, as that's blown away for ball 1, and Christian is able to stop these balls from passing by him, Tyson, which is huge because it doesn't allow the runners to advance.
Yeah, and in the first inning when Bossert let those 3 or 4 go by him, he just couldn't figure out how to stop him, and Christian, I think he's only let 1 go by him and with nobody on base, so huge.
As Nevers strikes out Thurston right there, and that's a huge strikeout for Nevers. And we are back. Leading off for the Warriors, first baseman, number 25, Jason Bendel. And I'm here with my friend, Michael Carlson. And Michael, he's filling in for Tyson right now. Michael, what do you know about this Arapahoe baseball team?
Well, this Arapahoe baseball team is a great team all around. A couple star players here and there, but a great supporting cast of guys, and they know how to play the right brand of baseball here at Arapahoe. They work hard in winter workouts, and they play the right kind of baseball.
As that pitch is away for ball 1, and like you said, they work hard, and we've seen it at the Regis game. They always, even if it's a ground out, they run their butts off to first base.
Well, this is a team that is coached by Coach Luke Muller, and he really preaches hustle to these guys. He preaches a hard 90. I mean, when you look at it in the big scheme of things, when you're playing varsity baseball in high school, the least you could do is run a hard 90 down to first base, and Coach Luke really reinforces that to him.
Luke Muller making the move to sub Luke Christian with C.J. Bossert, which was a bold move but a smart move because Christian has not allowed a pass ball.
Christian, yeah, he's a great defensive catcher for these guys and a great offensive catcher. He's just a really special guy for these. He's a great, intelligent baseball player, and he's a major asset behind the plate.
Here's the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1, a 3-1 count now. And I think Bendel was looking at that not willing to swing given the fact that it was a 3-0 count.
Well, on a 3-0 count, you're going to get a strike no matter what, but you don't want to swing at it because it's all about, in this day and age, getting the pitcher's pitch count up. And if you can make him throw one more pitch, then go right ahead because then it gets you deeper into that bullpen.
And now it's a 3-2 count for Bendel, and this whole game, Olgan has been able to come back from 3-0 counts, and it's now a 3-2 count, and he's been pitching very well for the Grandview Wolves, only giving up 1 run, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Bendel was swinging for what looked to be obviously a base hit, but it looked like he was swinging for something more on that one.
Definitely a little bit more on that, but Olguin's a great pitcher for these guys, and he's shown that today, only allowing 1 run. I mean, I played against him in fall ball last fall, and I mean, this kid's a special pitcher, and he's a battler out there.
And he's only allowed 1 hit. Arapahoe's only allowed 3, so this is clearly a pitcher's duel, but it is 3-1 in Grandview's favor. As that pitch is in there for strike 1, up at the plate is Nickel, who walked his first time up. Arapahoe right now needs a base runner, as that's lown away for ball 1, and believe it or not, Nickel broke up what was a perfect game, only through an inning or 2, but still, given the fact that he was able to get on base and eventually score, was huge for Arapahoe.
Well, Garrett Nickel, he's an exceptionally gifted hitter for these guys, and it's just a testament to how good he is when you throw him in the 5 spot and he can work a walk. In this day and age, it's all about working pitch counts. It's all about getting your pitch and driving it. It's not necessarily about hits. It's about on-base percentage. Some people call it money ball.
And here's the pitch as that's grounded just over the pitcher. Shortstop makes a play and gets the out at first.
And there's that hard 90 we were talking about, Scott. Garrett Nickel flying down the first base line, but just couldn't beat it out. But if you think that if the shortstop had taken just a second, maybe half a second more, that Garrett Nickel would have been safe.
And hustling down the line also proves that it can be a problem for a shortstop because they might rush that throw, which could lead to an error.
Yeah, anytime you can put the ball in play against the team, anytime you can cause some chaos, it's a major plus.
Nick Chisholm up, he flied to deep left field his last time up, as that pitch is up and in for ball 1.
Nick Chisholm, another great hitter for these Warriors, has a very pretty swing, very pure swing, and a very cool follow-through. I mean, watching this guy in winter workouts, he is just so cool in the cage that you can't help but just stop and watch.
As he pops that up, and it goes out of play. First baseman for Grandview was trying to make a play on that, but it was clearly going to go out of play.
Yeah, that one's in the parking lot, Scott.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's away for ball 2. And this game, Olgan, however you like to pronounce it, he hasn't really given any pitches to hit for these Arapahoe Warriors.
Definitely, and it's really what you were referring to, Scotty. It's a pitcher's pitch. It's a pitch that is a strike. It's in the strike zone, but no matter where you hit it, it's unhittable.
As Chisholm gets a hit right there, a base hit, and that's a second hit for the Arapahoe Warriors.
And like I said, Nick Chisholm, he is one cool customer at the plate, and right there lines a single in the left field, and he is on base.
And Nick Farman now up to play. He walked his first time up, and it'd be nice to see him either walk or get a hit right here, because it might get Chisholm over to third and obviously get him to first, and he is a very fast young man.
And Nick Farman, he's part of that great young core for the Warriors. When you think about that, you think of Ted Ramirez, but you also have to think of Nick Farman. I mean, this kid has been on varsity since his sophomore year. He was on JV his freshman year. He's a rare combination of speed and power, and he's loose up at the plate, and he's a really great hitter. He's going to be a big player next year for the Warriors.
Yeah, and the fact that him and Ted Ramirez are only juniors, I mean, those are some of Arapahoe's better players, and, you know, they both have some great aspects to them. Nick Farman's speed is just uncanny, and an attribute that players would love to have, as Chisholm will advance a second on that wild pitch right there.
But Nick Farman, I mean, when you think of these Warriors, you also have to think of their great young core here. You have Corey Nevers, he's a sophomore, or he's a junior. You have Scott Hutmacher, he's in the bullpen, he's a junior. I mean, there's so many great juniors and sophomores coming up through the program right now that you just have to think that these Warriors are going to be good for a really long time.
Yeah, and Arapahoe already out to a 4-2 record. And they beat teams that people didn't think they'd beat, especially Regis. I know a lot of people were doubting them, and they proved a lot of people wrong in that game.
This team here, Scotty, plays great team baseball, plays small ball, will move runners up, get guys in a scoring position, very fundamentally sound.
As Farman looks at that for strike 2, it is a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, and Farman strikes out looking right there. And, you know, tough pitch for Farman to read, and it just stayed in the strike zone.
A really good pitcher's pitch there by Olguin, but the Warriors are going to have to come out, play some strong defense, and try to get some runs their next at-bat. And I'm going to turn it up. And I'm actually going to stick around for the next half inning here as Tyson's going to take a little break, get a little food for himself. And I'll be sticking around.
Well, it's good to have you here because, you know, having two baseball players with me helps not only me announce, but, you know, you can help because you guys are in with the program, so you know what's going on with the players.
Yeah.
Now batting for the Wolves.
Left fielder. Magoon.
Chris Magoon. Magoon is 1 for 2 with an error, and that's how he reached his last time up.
And so far, Scott, hats off to Corey Nevers pitching a gem here against this really strong, really powerful Grandview lineup as he gets Magoon to roll over on a ball. 6-3, that's an out.
And really, that first inning was really the only issues he had with, and his pitches were great actually. And if it wasn't for those pass balls, we could be looking at a tied game right now. So he has been pitching very, very well for Arapahoe.
We really could, and that's just hats off to Corey Nevers. I mean, this guy's a great pitcher. He's going to be an even better pitcher next year as he just gets better with age, and really just a big bright spot for these Warriors.
Yes, that pitch is just up and away for ball 1. Reese Weber is up to the plate. He's walked on both times at the plate as he hits that ball to deep center field, and that is off the wall, and looks like he'll be able to fit in a double right there. And first actually big hit of this game.
First hard hit there given up by Corey Nevers, and once again a testament to how great this guy is. This Grandview team, when you think of Grandview, you think of offense. I mean, if you've ever been to their ballpark, it's a huge ballpark because if it was any smaller, these guys would be hitting home runs every single play. This team is an offensive powerhouse, and Corey Nevers keeping them at bay so far in this game.
Now Josh Huntley up. Nevers has been able to strike him out twice, but the third time might be the charm for Huntley, but in Nevers' case, he's looking for another strikeout.
And I'll tell you what, Josh Huntley, Scott, he's a special player. Guys do not like him come around very often. This guy, Scott, to put it in short, he just gets it. He's a leader. I played fall ball with him with Lightning in the fall, and, I mean, this guy's a leader. He leads guys. He's a leader of men. You can obviously tell that he walks into a room and he commands everybody's attention. And really, for me, it was an honor just to be around him, just to watch him, just to see how he works in his day-to-day, see how he works behind the plate. And he's going to be really successful, I think, going forward in baseball.
As he fouls that one out, of play for strike 1, and really, in this 1-1 count, Nevers has been pitching very well against him, but Huntley, like you said, he's a team leader for these Grandview Wolves. The team revolves around him.
And he's really a rare breed. You don't see a lot of catchers, Scotty, who are very good behind the plate. I mean, we see it in the major leagues. You see guys like Buster Posey,
Willeen Rosario
for the Rockies. But catchers are usually seen as, they're just called backstops because they just want to block the ball and call the pitches. But Josh Huntley, he's a rare breed. He's that rare breed he's an offensive catcher and he's a very good defensive catcher, and he calls the game too. This guy, guys like him, Scott, don't come around very often.
See, drills that one to left field, and that gets it to the corner, and Huntley gets a double, stand-up double, and like we said, stand-up player, and he just proved a reason why it's a 4-1 game, and he crushed that ball.
And it also shows, pardon me, how smart he is at the plate. He struck out his first 2 times on curveballs, and that pitch was a curveball, kept his weight back, and drove it to left field. Really a great piece of hitting by Josh Huntley.
As they take him out, and he might be done for the day with a designated runner.
Actually, Scotty, that's a courtesy runner out there for him. You can have it in high school where it just gives the catcher a break. Don't want to do too much stress on their legs at this young of an age. So he's just going to have a guy run from him, which is really a pretty cool luxury.
As that's a ground out to first. And really, thank you for clarifying that for me because, obviously the rules between high school, college, and professional are all slightly different. So that's also obviously a very nice courtesy for high school players to have.
That's an awesome courtesy. Pitchers have it too.
Now with 2 outs, and really Nevers wants to get out of this with little damage done. He's given up 1 run this inning, and that's in there for strike 1.
Corey Nevers with the delivery, and that's going to be in the dirt. Good block there by number 22, Luke Christensen.
And Christensen has filled in very nicely for Bossert, who we've already said he had issues in the first, and we hope that he can get those problems fixed because it can really screw up your mindset if you have that many issues in the first inning, as that's in there for strike 2.
And Corey Nevers, Scott, his go-to pitch is the breaking ball, as we've seen throughout this game. Last year for JV against Overland was getting his fastball across, but Overland was hitting it. So he had to go to the curveball for the rest of the game. I mean, Coach Caddy was cited as saying that he threw about 80 curveballs that game, which at this age is a little bit detrimental to your arm, but it shows how good his curveball is, that even when his fastball is getting hit, that he can just go right back to that curveball.
The count is now even at 2-2. And Nevers, his curveball has been working for him, like you said, and it'd be interesting to see if he goes to that pitch here. As that's just low for ball 3.
Great curveball there by Corey Nevers again, just a little bit up in the zone, and that's a little bit dangerous because curveballs up in the zone tend not to curve, and they tend to get hit 400 feet over the fence, as the term hanging breaking ball is one that's tossed around in baseball.
Yeah, you don't want to leave anything over the plate, especially for these Grandview hitters. As Nevers walks Weber or Stewart, I should say, and now it is a runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9, Brendan Hayes.
Brendan Hayes is now up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk.
Runners on first and third here, Scott. This is a very crucial moment for the Warriors on defense. They have to get a double play ball here because even an out will get a run in for Grandview. Actually, scratch that. There are 2 outs. That's my bad. I'm a baseball player, ladies and gentlemen, but I still can't keep track of the number of outs there are in a game. So Corey Nevers just looking to get out of this inning any way he can. Hard line drive, pop fly. Really, you're just with 1 run there is number 17, Chris Brown, is going to take second there on defensive indifference.
Yeah, and because it was smart for Christian to hold that ball because honestly, if he throws that and it's not on target, the runner on third has an easy way home.
And this Grandview team, like we've talked about it before, is very aggressive on offense, and usually that correlates to a very aggressive base running team. And you can bet that Grandview's head coach was going to try to steal home on that with Chris Brown going to second.
So now runners on second and third, and now Nevers is definitely in a jam. You don't want to walk the hitter at this 2-1 count, but you don't want to give up a hit. As that's in there for strike two, a 2-2 count again for Nevers.
And it's going to be a 2-2 count here for Corey Nevers, trying to get out of the jam here, trying to get his Warriors, trying to keep them within 3.
Because a 3-run indifference is manageable for Arapahoe, as that's a swing and a miss, a pretty pitch by Nevers, and he gets out of that jam with little damage done. It is now 4-1 though. Grandview and Arapahoe will need to act up, or need to start getting hits and eventually runs if they want to come back in this game.
And Scotty, I'm going to head out. I'm going to turn it back over to Tyson Crocker. He's all full. He's ready to go. He's refueled. And thank you for letting me guest speak here with you guys. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Leading off for the top of the 5th inning for the Warriors.
Number 10, designated hitter, Zach.
Number 10, designated hitter Zach Trask, who his first time up had a base hit and the only RBI for Arapahoe today.
Yeah, it was a good piece of hitting by Zach. He slapped one right down the right field line for a base hit past the first baseman, and not much more he could have done. It was a really good piece of hitting by Zach.
And at that point of the game, he gave Arapahoe their first hit and obviously their first run. Zach swings at that one, and that is strike one, and we haven't seen that very often for Arapahoe to actually swing at some of Olgan's pitches.
Yeah, they've been watching a lot today. I think they're starting to figure out that to get hits, you got to swing.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Just a wind up in the pitches. That is fouled out of play, and now an 0-2 count in the pitcher's favor, and Trask now needs to protect the plate.
Yeah, he'll be swinging at anything that's close right now, and let's see if he can get something in a gap.
As the winds are picking up, and Trask looks at that one and strikes out, first out of the inning. And like I said, the sky's getting a little bit darker, wind is picking up, and
now batting for the Warriors.
that can obviously be an effect for this game because it can carry the ball a certain direction.
Yeah, and that was a really good curveball by Olgan, and the skies gets kind of funny. Maybe pop flies. Outfielder's gonna have a tough time finding where the ball is, and it could get weird.
As that's a strike one on Christian, who is 0 for 1 today. This is the last hitter for this Arapahoe lineup, and really has only had to face the lineup twice now, and has only allowed two hits and 1 run in 4 1/3 innings.
Yeah, and Olgan, he's done his job the whole game. I mean, not much more they could ask from him. He's gotten ground balls when he needed them, gotten strikeouts when he needed them, and not much has happened. He's pitched really well this game.
Yeah, Arapahoe's having issues hitting the ball, and really, I mean, at any moment though, Arapahoe can turn this game around. We've seen how well they've hit at certain times, and
yeah, we big examples of it during the Regis game. They got down 3 going into the 5th inning, I believe, and they got 4 or 5 in that inning just alone and took the lead.
As that's a swing and a miss and another strikeout for Olgan, and that's either his 5th or 6th strikeout now.
Yeah, he has been on today, and most of them have been looking at. Christian swung at that one, big swing, but he still didn't do anything with it. And let's see if the top of the lineup, who hasn't been very successful this game, can get something going this time.
Jared Goldie's up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. And ground out to first his last time up as he looks at that one for ball 1.
Yeah, Goldie right now, he doesn't really care how it happens. He's just trying to get on base for Andre and Ted.
And I meant to say 1-0, not 0-1 on that. Here's the pitch, and now the count is 2-0. And Goldie, this is what he needs. This is what he did against the Regis game. He read pitches, and he eventually walked several times.
Yeah, he wants to get into hitters' counts, and he's a very good hitter, and he can do some damage if he gets a pitch that he likes.
As that's strike 1 for that, and he seemed a little upset that he didn't swing at that one.
Yeah, he saw that pitch. He knew that was his pitch, and maybe he'll get another one, see what he can do.
Here's a pitch, as that's away for ball 3, and Arapahoe just needs a rally right now. Down 3 runs and they're starting to run out of time.
Yeah, with a 3-1 count, Olgan may be getting a little tired, and let's see if Goldie takes advantage of him.
So here's a pitch, and that's in there for strike 2, and it seems like that's been the story of this game. Olgan's been able to fight back to the counts, whether he's down 3-0 or 3-1, and get the count back to 3-2. And Arapahoe's having issues hitting his pitches right now.
Yeah, and they're watching a lot of pitches. If their Goldie grounds one to third base as third baseman throws him out for the end of the inning, and if they start swinging at pitches that they want to hit, then good things will come.
So Arapahoe down 4-1 going into the 6th inning, and it's do or die now for them.
Yeah, they don't really have much time to get back into the lead.
Number 3, third base.
Up at the plate now, Mingus, and he is 0 for 2 and a strikeout. And a new pitcher for Arapahoe, Zach Chandler, in to relieve. Oh, and that's a base hit for Grandview. And Zach Chandler's in to relieve Nevers, who pitched a great game. Only, really, the stat line doesn't tell it all. He gave up 4 runs, but really, you can't blame him on 2 or 3 of those runs.
He made some good pitches all game, and he probably just threw too many pitches. That's why Zach's in. And now, just like Corey, on the first pitch he throws, a hit.
As it's a bunt, and the runner advances second. And there's now 1 out with a runner on second. And that was a great play by Grandview to advance the runner.
Yeah, that was a really good bunt down the line, exactly where you wanted it. And now they have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out.
And what Grandview is really trying to do is slightly increase this lead because a 4-run lead gives a lot more breathing room for those Grandview pitchers.
Yeah, and now that Grandview's back at the top of their order, their lineup has done some serious damage, and that's the reason why they bunted the runner over to get to the top of the lineup, so they could maybe get a run to build a more comfortable lead.
As that pitch is in there for strike one for Chandler. Thurston is up to the plate. He struck out his last time up at the plate. As he fouls that one off for strike two. The count is now 0-2, and Chandler really looking for a strikeout here to get 2 outs.
Yeah, he's looking for the strikeout so the runner can advance to third base.
As that pitch gets away, and that's what hurt Arapahoe in the first inning. And luckily, the runner doesn't score, but now Chandler's really got to pitch his A game.
Yeah, now the runner's on third. He's gonna either really try to strike out Thurston, or he wants the ground ball to third base so that the runner won't go anywhere.
As the wind is getting stronger and stronger here, and it's getting awfully chilly. Lucky for us, though, we're up here in the box staying nice and cozy. And here's a pitch by Chandler, as that's in there for ball 2. The count is now even at 2-2, and Chandler just really needs to focus in because he is a great pitcher. Just focus in and get that third strike.
Yeah, he wants the strikeout right here really bad, and
as
he gets it.
Runner goes home as it's late, and Grandview is now up by 4 runs. And, you know, tough break for Arapahoe. Obviously, it's not the end of the world. They can come back, but that just slightly increases the gap between Grandview and Arapahoe.
Yeah, and that was a good pitch by Zach to get the strikeout, but Chris, because he bounced it, the drop third strike rule comes into play, and they have to get they want the out at first, but since the runner from third came in, the throw from Bendel was just a little too late, and they couldn't get the runner at home.
So now 5-1 Grandview as that pitch is fouled off for strike 1. 2 outs. Chris Magoon is up. He grounded out his last time up. So that pitch is up and away for ball 1. Chandler gets that strike as Magoon was swinging at that one.
Good pitch by Chandler. Looked like a little bit of a slider right there, and if that pitch is a really effective pitch to use.
Chandler with the pitch, and he gets Magoon swinging for strike 3 right there.
Another slider. He went back to the same pitch and got him swinging this time again.
2 strikeouts for Arapahoe, but do give up a run. They are now down 5-1. However, Grandview will have to face the heart of Arapahoe's lineup in this 6th inning. And we're back. Leading up for the Warriors.
Andre
Williams. And, you know, you got to give it up to this Grandview pitcher, Olgan. He has been pitching a stellar game so far for the Wolves. And Arapahoe just having issues because his pitches are so crisp and inside. As it's a ground out for Williams, as Grandview's able to make the play.
Yeah, and Olgan, the pitches he's been throwing, he's just throwing them where they can't hit them, but the umpire's going to call them, and they can't do anything about that. If he calls them there, just keep throwing it in the same spot, and it's going to work out. And that's what he's been doing, and that's why he's been able to be so successful.
And he's been very consistent with his pitches. The pitch is Ted Ramirez is up. He's 0 for 2. And he fouls that one off for strike 1.
Rather an off day for Ted Ramirez. Struck out looking in the first inning, and a weak ground ball to the first baseman in his second at bat.
Yeah, but hopefully he gets things fixed, especially for this at bat, because anything will help the Warriors come back in this game.
Yeah, Ted's a great hitter, and he can find a way to get on base in this situation. It could really help the Warriors.
So here's the windup. And Ted, a grounder to first, and that's the second out in the inning for Grandview. And just like he did in the third inning, I believe, he grounds out.
Yeah, and Olgan has been able to handle this Warrior lineup very handily. It's really hard to get Ted Ramirez out anyway, but to get him to strike out looking and 2 weak ground balls to the first baseman, you got to give props to Olgan.
Yeah, because Arapahoe, and especially Ted Ramirez, he's such a strong hitter, and for him to ground out like that, you know, this pitcher is obviously doing something right.
Yeah, and you just got to give him credit. He's pitched like he knows what he's doing, and it looks like he does. And
as Bendel grounds to third, and that pitch gets away. Bendel is safe at first. An error on the third baseman, and this might just what Arapahoe needs in order to come back in this game.
Yeah, you're going to take it. You get on base. You haven't got on base much this game. You're going to take anything you can get, and looks like the third baseman just tried to rush that throw instead of getting it to first.
And that's what Arapahoe does, given the fact that they run their heart out on that. Even if it's in the infield, it really rushes the player's throw.
Yeah, he made him nervous throwing it to first base.
The wind is slightly picking up from what it was in the first inning. No wind, partly cloudy, and now gray skies, very windy, and you know the weather is just deteriorating very quickly.
Yeah, obviously we got that storm coming in tonight, and this is just the beginning of it.
As that pitch is in there for strike, or as is a strike, Nickel was going for a bunt right there, but was unable to keep it fair. And I think he was trying to throw off the Grandview players. Here's the pitch. Is that slowing away for ball 1? And Arapahoe, it's rally cap time, really, Tyson, and you know all they need is one hit that can really open the floodgates for them, and a base hit will probably lead to Bendel getting to second or maybe even third, as that's in there for strike 2, and they can't afford any more strikeouts. They need to start aiming for like swinging, even if they can't make contact.
Yeah, and if Nickel's not trying to do too much right here. He's just trying to get on base, maybe find a gap, and they're just trying to get runners on to see what can happen.
I see swings and misses at that one. Now Arapahoe will be down 5-1 going into the final inning, the 7th inning, and you know they really have to pitch very well in this inning to keep the game at 5-1. And then they have to hit very well, and it is the bottom of the lineup that will have to hit well for the Warriors.
Yeah, and if you think about it, they have been the guys who have come through today, if anybody has.
Oh, yeah.
and they're going to have to get Zach's going to have to get through this inning very quickly. Just not too many pitches. See how got to get everybody out. Can't allow any more runs. Don't make everybody too nervous, and then see what you can do in the bottom half.
Yeah, if they're able to not allow any runs in this inning, you have Chisholm, Trask, and Farman. All have gone on base today.
And all have pretty decent power and all know how to hit.
Yeah, you know, some teams, they're bottom of the lineup. They dread having to put those guys in. But for Arapahoe, I mean, those are the guys who are been able to get on, and they know how to hit the ball too, Tyson.
Yeah, they got hitters all the way up and down.
Somebody left a Samsung Verizon smartphone in the grass next to the stands. If you have lost that, please see the snack shack.
Up to the plate. Is Reese Weber, who got a base hit his last time up. As he fouls that one off for strike 2. Here's the pitch as that gets away from Christian, and that's ball 1. Oh, and that is almost caught by Chandler, and they get the out at first. So although Chandler was unable to get the ground ball, luckily the second baseman was there to get the force out at first.
Yeah, good play by Andre Williams. That's a tough play because of how slow the ground ball is coming up to him. He's got to get rid of it really quick, and he did and made the out at first.
Yeah, and these Arapahoe players, we saw them in warm-ups, they're very accurate with their throws, and even when it's in a hurry.
Yeah, he got rid of it as fast as he possibly could, and that might not have been an out if he had pump faked.
Josh Hutley up to the plate now, 1 for 3, and he had that blast. He doubled into the right center corner, drove in a run, and he actually led to breaking open this game a little bit.
Yeah, Huntley's a very good hitter, very patient, and he's going up there not trying to do too much and just possibly find a gap, just trying to get a hit, trying to help his team.
And Hutley has some major power, so for right now, Arapahoe, they don't want to pitch around him as he grounds out to third right there, and I guess I don't have to mark my words as he grounds out on an easy, he hits an easy ground out to the third baseman right there.
Yeah, another good play. That's always a tough throw when you're throwing from third base, and it's a good job by Zach Chandler getting out, probably the best hitter on Grandview.
Yeah, and Arapahoe pitchers have only given up 1 hit to the best hitter on this Grandview Wolves team, which is huge.
And struck him out twice, which is really hard to do. And Corey, who pitched really well earlier, had those 2 strikeouts. And whenever the best hitter comes up and you get him out, it's always a good thing.
So that first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Up to the plate is Rory Stewart, who has an RBI single. Second pitch is in there for strike 1. Or for ball 2, I should say. Here's a pitch, and third consecutive ball, and now it is a 3-0 count, a hitter's count definitely for right now for Stewart.
Yeah, he'll watch this one go by, and he'll probably look for a pitch to hit on the 3-1 count.
So that's in there for strike 1. 3-1 count now. Here's a pitch, and that's strike 2. And the ump has been very consistent with that call.
Yeah.
Anything that's just inside right there has been called a strike.
Yeah, really good pitch by Zach just to throw it right on the black of the plate, and nothing really he could do with that one, but just watch it go by.
Now the count is back to 3-2, and it'll be interesting to see how Christian approaches this next pitch.
Yeah, let's see how Zach tries to get him out.
As that is fouled.
Threw a breaking ball, seeing if he could get him to chase it, and he waited on it just a little too long.
Here's a pitch, and that is lined, and if Ramirez can make that play, oh, he almost made a heck of a play right there, made a diving stop.
Yeah, great diving stop up the middle, and he popped up pretty fast and made the throw. It was just a little offline to Bendel, but Bendel made a great play by not letting it go to the fence and giving Grandview an extra base.
You know, Ramirez right there, that could have actually led to a double, given the fact that of how the outfielders for Arapahoe were playing it. So, you know, great stop right there by Ramirez and a great catch by Bendel to keep the ball in front of him.
Yeah.
As that pitch is a swing and a miss by Brown. Here's a pitch, and that's up and away for ball 1. Ball 2, and you know, Tyson, Arapahoe plays in a very tough league, the Centennial League, and it's some of the most prolific teams. You have Cherry Creek, you have Grandview, you have Regis. I mean, there are some very top-notch teams, and Arapahoe is able to compete with them.
Yeah, Arapahoe they're a good team, and with all the teams in Colorado that are very good, such as Creek and Grandview, they are able to compete, and it shows that they deserve to be in the league where they are.
Here's a 1-2 count, as that's ball 2, just outside the zone.
Yeah, good pitch by Chandler, thinking that he could paint the outside part of the plate, and just missed.
Just missed. Now the count is even at 2-2. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. The runner runs, and that's hit to right field. Play is made by Farman. We are going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Rally cap time now for Arapahoe. Can they make something happen?
I think they can. They are a very good hitting team, and they showed in the Regis game that they can overcome just about anything.
We're back. Do or die now for Arapahoe.
Do or die.
Nick Chisholm is up. He had a hit his last time up. And both times at the plate, he's hit the ball very hard. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he hits it hard again as Olguin comes out back up to the plate. And Chisholm swings hard and misses on that first pitch.
Yeah, Olguin with his windup, since he steps a little bit across his body, he's hiding the ball very well, and it's hard for those hitters to pick up.
As that pitch is up and inside for ball one. Well, the first step for Arapahoe to come back is get that first base runner on base.
Yeah, just get guys on base, and then you see where it goes from there.
As that pitch is away for ball two. Here's a pitch, and that's up and away for ball three. 3 straight balls by Olguin, and you know, his arm has to be getting tired now in these later stages of the game.
Yeah, he's throwing a ton of pitches, and even if he doesn't finish this game, you got to give him a lot of credit for going back out there for the 7th. And he may be getting a little tired, but I think the way he's pitched today, he can find a way to settle down.
As this wind is picking up, and Chisholm could take this in a good way for Olguin's arm to start wearing down, because he can make something happen with someone who has been pitching all game. There's a pitch, and that's away for ball 4, and 4 straight balls, and that's the first time we've seen a walk in a while for these Warriors.
Yeah, good way to start the inning to get on base, and looks like Grandview's warming up another pitcher as Huntley will go out to visit Olguin, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Nick Farman up. This might be the last batter for Olguin, or unless he can force a double play here. Let's see if Farman can make something happen. He's obviously a great hitter and is a very quick player, so let's see what he can do here. Here's the pitch, and that's just inside for ball 1. And Arapahoe did what we said they needed to do, and they had that base runner on first.
Yeah, it's always good to get the leadoff man on, because it puts pressure on the other team to get out of the inning.
As that's in there for strike 1, and Farman and Trask are the next, or Farman's up and Trask is on the on-deck circle, and both are actually very good hitters for being juniors.
For being low in the lineup, and if Farman can get on base, Trask has very good power, and he's a very patient and good hitter, and he can do a lot at the plate.
As Chisholm gets back to the bag, catcher's trying to catch him sleeping right there. Luckily, Chisholm able to get back without getting tagged out.
Yeah, don't want to risk anything right now. Probably don't want to steal. Just want to be careful so you can come back.
Yeah, because the last thing they want is to get thrown out at first, as Farman swings at that just foul down the first base line. If that stayed fair, that probably could have scored Chisholm.
Probably could have scored Chisholm, because that would have gone right into that corner, and Chisholm's got good speed and good enough speed to probably score from first.
Now the count is even at 2-2, and Farman probably looking for contact right here just to keep him alive in this count. There's a pitch, and that's looked like down the middle for strike 3 on Farman.
Yeah, it looked like another example of Olguin hiding that ball. Farman probably expecting the curveball, got the fastball, didn't know what to do, and just watched it go by.
And Olguin now 2 outs away from pitching this complete game, and he's pitched a very, very good game.
Yeah, he's pitched a very good game, and with Trask coming up, he's got to still be careful, though, because Trask is a very, very good hitter.
Trask had a base hit his first time up and grounded out the second time. Now he's looking for obviously a way to get on base, and a base hit would be huge for Arapahoe right here as he grounds to second, and this could be the game, and it is. Grandview will win this game 5-1 over Arapahoe. A very close game nonetheless. The scoreline does not tell it all. Grandview and Arapahoe both fought this game very toughly, but in the end, Grandview's pitching was just a little too strong for Arapahoe.
Yeah, Olgan pitched a complete game, and he looks like a very good pitcher and will be for some time.
Yeah, and he pitched a very good game. Really, the only thing that really made this game bigger than it seemed was those pass balls, which made it a 3-0 game at that point. Arapahoe came back, scored a run, but were unable to score again.
Yeah, it cost Arapahoe 2, maybe 3 runs on those pass balls, and that'll be something they work on this next week of practice.
Yeah, definitely. I'm Scott Ayers.
I'm Tyson Crocker.
And I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. This is The Spear.